BWOne here from BWOne.com, and we're going to play some DS games on the Nintendo 3DS. Now, one of the benefits of having the Nintendo 3DS is the ability to play your original DS games on the system. However, there's been some controversy as far as the image and video quality of these games playing on the Nintendo 3DS, and we're going to put that to the test here. So the game we're going to use is The Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks, and we're going to use the opening scene as an example here. So first, let's show you what the game is originally supposed to look like. We're going to play it on the Nintendo DS Lite here. As you can see, the game looks really good for the Nintendo DS Lite's power. It runs smooth, frame rates look right, colors look right. You know, everything looks as it should since the game was originally made for the DS Lite hardware. So you can see how the game looks here, and it looks fine as expected. But now what we're going to do is we're going to take this game and we're going to play it on the DSi XL. Now, playing this on the DSi XL, you would think because of the 4-inch screens that it would stretch out the image and wash it out a little bit. But that actually wasn't the case on the DSi XL. The game still held its image quality and it wasn't stretched out and still looked good. Although you can see the color was just a little bit off. As you can see, the sky is just a little bit of a greenish tint. But other than that, the game was still looking good and was still very playable and worked really well. Now, let's take a look at it when we play the same game on the Nintendo 3DS. And as you can see here on the 3DS, it seems to be just a little bit off. You can see a little bit of pixelation. Not that it's going to bother too much, but you can definitely notice it in the difference between this and then playing it on the DS Lite hardware and the DSi XL hardware. I'm not sure if that's the screen, or it could be possibly that the Nintendo 3DS is emulating DS hardware, so it's using a software emulator to do that. And you know, usually when using software emulators, you get a degrade in quality, so that could be one of the reasons why the game looks a little bit off here on the Nintendo 3DS. Now, the 3DS does offer a native mode for their games on the DS. What you need to do is either hold start and home together. I found that we can just hold start, you can just hold select, or press start and select together as you're loading the DS game, and it will load the game in its native resolution, which I feel is just a little bit too small playing on the Nintendo 3DS, and even still, it still seems like the quality is just a little bit off there. So I'm not quite sure if it is software emulation that is the issue there, but that's just one thought to put out there. Now, that doesn't happen to every single game that I've tested on here. I did try it with Ninja Gaiden Dragon Sword, and I found two things with this. While the game looked right, you have to notice the games that if you have to turn the DS on the side to play, it's going to look a little bit awkward since the Nintendo 3DS has two different size screens. And on the top screen, which is a different size, you can see that it still shrunk the screen down into a box format, but the screen itself is still the same size. So it could be a little off as far as playing the game on that. So you might want to take note of that when you're looking at getting a 3DS. But overall, the game still plays and it still looks decent. You just might see a little bit of degraded quality, and you're going to have to kind of look out for sort of the change in gameplay, since like a game like Ninja Gaiden Dragon Sword, where you have to turn it to the side, might look a little awkward with screens of two different sizes. So just be sure to keep all this in mind when you're looking to purchase a Nintendo 3DS so there aren't any surprises. So this is BWOne here from BWOne.com, reminding you to check the link in the description for full write-up. And also, become a fan and like us on our Facebook fan page, subscribe to our YouTube page, follow us on Twitter. All the links are in the description. And always remember to live your tech world in high definition.